MMA locker room here. Mills Young, UFC. Which fights are going to finish and which fights are going to go the distance? Let's go over the overs and unders and try to get you guys the best ways to bet these fights and bet the numbers. All right, man. We took last week off, man, but we didn't take it off betting. We just took it off with our overs and unders prediction. But hey, how'd you guys do, man? Marab Divashali got it done inside the distance. Wow, man. Who would have thought, right? Let's talk about the week before that though. Prior, man. Let's recap. We went 6-2 on the 8 fight cards on the 8 fights that went out. Okay, not too bad. The only 2 fights that we didn't get right was the Jordan Levitt fight, and I think the Balaji Oki fight. Besides that, hey man, a lot of money was made, so we're gonna try to do the same thing today. Now look, I'm not here to predict who's gonna win in every single fight. But of course, you're going to always hear that in between the breakdowns. I'm here to tell you if these fights are going the distance or if they're going to finish. And if we're going to bet these overs or if we're going to bet these unders. So let's go ahead and get to it, man. First fight of the week, just to let you guys know, this event is going down in Atlanta, man. And it's going to be a lot of violence on there. And that's what I'm expecting. There's a lot of big favorites. When I mean big favorites, I'm talking about big favorites. So let's go ahead and get it started on the first fight. Big favorite of the night, Jamey-Lyn Horth. She's a minus 575. She's taking on Vanessa Demopoulos, who's taking this fight on short notice in a different division now. The over 2.5 is at a minus 425. Always with women fights, it's always implied that they're always going to the scorecards. In this one, I gotta agree. I think it's going over 4.5. I think it's going the distance in this one. But I'm not betting Jamey-Lyn Horth at that favorite price tag, man. If you guys are looking for a sneaky way to get paid, if you could get Vanessa Demopoulos plus 3.5 points, it's plus 110 out there. I think she's going to win at least one round, man. She always is a scrappy fighter who always fights for your money. Let's go ahead and take this one, though, to go the distance. I like the over in that one. Next fight taking place, we got Rowe. He's taking on Ange. All right, so this betting line's kind of been back and forth. But the thing that stayed the same is the over and under. The over 2.5 is set at minus 280. Implied that it's definitely going the distance. The under 2.5 is at a plus 210. The only way I see that happening is if Rowe catches Ange loose with something real quick early on in the fight. I don't think that's going to take place in here. I feel a little bit more comfortable with the over 2.5 in here. I do think in that third round, maybe somebody can get finished though, but this is one of those fights to where, if you're asking me, I think the value is a little bit on the dog. But the more durable fighter is Ange Loose. But the guy with more finishability and more upside, I want to say, well, more finishability is going to be Rowe. Okay, yeah. So give me the over 2.5 in this one. I'm kind of back and forth on that fight. It's a pick 'em for a reason. All right, next fight taking place. We got Ricky Simone taking on Cameron Smotherman. Ricky Simone is supposed to be taking on Charles Jourdain. Charles Jourdain got hurt, had to pull out the fight. In comes Cameron Smotherman, called in on short notice. Now, Ricky Simone's a big favorite. Minus 520 on the books is where he's opening at right now. The over 2.5 is at a plus 105. The under 2.5 is at a minus 130. To be honest, man, I could kind of see this one getting to the, give me the plus money in here, man. I like the over 2.5 in here, man. Plus 105 to go ahead and get it. And this is one of the fights to where I think Ricky Simone definitely gets the job done. Cameron Smotherman in his last fight out, he was taking damage, and it just seemed like he didn't have any answers for his opponent out there. And, one thing that Cameron Smotherman struggles with is takedowns. And Ricky Simone always has that in his back pocket. If he just goes to that wrestling takedown pedigree that he used to go with, man, yeah, definitely he could cover that price tag in this fight. But if he stands on the feet and give Cameron Smotherman the fight that he wants, he's not going to look like a big favorite in there. So now that I look at it, man, yeah, if Ricky Simone stands up there and just strikes with Cameron Smotherman is going to piece him up. But if Ricky Simone's smart and gets that wrestling out there, then he's going to cover that price tag in there. So play it how you want, man. The dog's probably live in this fight. Definitely. Yeah, that price tag, the dog's definitely live. Cody Durden taking on Jose Ochoa. All right, Jose Ochoa is going to be, what, a minus 190 on the book. He's a tall guy for this division. He has power in his hands. He's coming off of a loss to Lorna Kavanaugh to where, he took that fight on short notice. It's your welcome call into the UFC. The over in this fight is at 2.5 rounds, and it's a minus 130. He's taking on Cody Durden. Cody Durden got finished in his last fight out in a fight that he was winning. The finishability really isn't too much on Cody Durden's side at all. It's really on Ochoa. And I think if Cody Durden gives Ochoa that fight that he wants and doesn't just, tries to keep this more boring fight in front of his home crowd, Cody Durden is fighting in Atlanta. keep that in mind. But I think he's gonna go out there and try to show everybody I'm fighting. I'm not just wrestling, you know. But if he was smart, to me, Cody Durden would just go out there and wrestle to try to guarantee that win. But the over and under, right? Let's get to it. Minus 130 for the over 2.5. I could, man, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. But over 2.5. Yeah, I see it going the distance. I can see it over 2.5. Yeah, give me the over in that one. The finisher upside would be on Ochoa, unless Cody Durden just went out there and subbed him. Unless, hey, that'd be some good plus money. Next fight taking place, man. Malcolm Wellmaker, man, he's a minus 2,100 on the books, minus 3,000 on some. The over in this fight is at the reason why I'm laughing, I'd say, is plus 130 for over 1.5. The under is minus 160. All right, Malcolm Wellmaker, the hometown guy, fighting in front of his home crowd. I got to interview this guy. He's one of the top bantamweight prospects in the division. Interviewed him twice already, okay? I think he wins inside the distance. I played this fight soon as it came out when he was like a minus 1,300 favorite. But what I did was I took the under 1.5. It was plus 100. I couldn't believe it. Now it's a minus 166. I think it's going to be a minus 200 by the time the fight starts. I think Malcolm Wellmaker wins inside the distance, and that under 1.5 is still playable at that spot right there. I think he wins by first round KO. Shout out to the boy out there, man. All right, man. Hey, let's go. Michael Chiesa, he's taking on Court McGee. Michael Chiesa is a big favorite, minus 340. He's a grappler that likes to go out there and bully people, though. He has the finish ability, though. When he's out there grappling, he's looking for that finish. He just ain't going to lay and pray. He's taking on Court McGee, former Ultimate Fighter. Both of these guys were. And here, he's a big underdog, plus 275. The over is set at minus, 175 for over 2.5 rounds. The under is going to be plus 130. I see this one's going over. I definitely do. Court McGee is a durable fighter, and Michael Chiesa does slow down as this fight goes. So give me the over in this one, and I think Michael Chiesa gets it done. Next fight, Paul Craig taking on Rodolfo Bellato. All right, Rodolfo Bellato, this fight was already supposed to take place. He's a big favorite, minus 410. The under 1.5 is at a minus 105. The over 1.5 is at a minus 120. Paul Craig's a fighter. He's not durable, and he has finish ability. I like the under in this fight. Rodolfo Bellato, he's a guy to where we don't really know too much about. We do know he got power in his hands, and we just don't know if he's that much durable. So in here, I gotta go with the under. I just think they're going to stand out there in the middle of the cage. These are two grown men, big men. And the way that the fight night's probably going, this is probably going to be like the first fight besides that Wellmaker one that's going to be, getting people jumping out their seat for finishes. So give me the under in this one. Next fight taking place, Alonzo Menifield is taking on Oumar C. Oumar C is a good, talented prospect, 11-0 in the division right now. Opened up a big favorite, minus 420. Now he's up to a minus 700. The comeback on Alonzo Menifield, plus 500. Been following that guy since he's been in LFA. Know a lot about him. In here, I like the under. Give me the under in here. I think both these guys are going to stand out there. And, I think Oumar C is a little bit more technical than Alonzo Menifield. Not a little, a lot. And on top of that, the over 1.5 is at a minus 160. I'll take the plus money. But if you guys want to really be specific with it, let's just call it like it is. I don't think this one's going the distance. So let's not be cute and take the over 1.5 or take the under 1.5. Let's look around for the best lines, okay? We could get the under 1.5 at a plus 120. If I could get under 2.5 at a nice price tag, I'm looking at that way a lot more, okay? Now, let's go. Next fight, Mansur Abdul-Malik. He's taking on Cody Brundage. You guys, man, Cody Brundage is a fighter that comes out there in that first round, and he's throwing hammers. He's throwing hacksaws. He's throwing screwdrivers. He's throwing everything out the toolbox, folks. And Mansur Abdul-Malik is a guy who's just sitting there waiting, because he got plenty more tools in that toolbox, man, to go out there and see what he can bring to the game. His wrestling's top tier. He has power in his hands. His finish ability is there. The thing we haven't really seen is just 3-round cardio too much, okay? His last fight out, he got put on wobbly knees, and he still was able to get the finish. And here, Give me the under 1.5, okay? I think this one's going under 1.5 for sure. I don't think Cody Brundage is getting out that second round. And just to be specific, it's a -180 for under 1.5. You know me, the under 2.5 is the safer way to play it, but I feel so confident in that under 1.5. It reminds me of kind of like that Jacoby fight last week. We nailed that one. We had the under 2.5, and I was like, under 2.5, this should be under 1.5 in chalky. It was under 2.5 and it was -110. So yeah, man, I think this one is definitely ain't going the distance. I see that one definitely that's gonna finish. Next fight taking place, Cody Garbrandt taking on Ronnie Barcelos. Ronnie Barcelos -200 on the books. Cody Garbrandt, haven't seen him in a long time. The comeback on him +160. Talented boxer out there. Used to be the former champion. The over 2.5's out of -130, under 2.5's out of +100. It's iffy, man, because both these guys are chinny, man. With that being said, I don't think they're gonna go up there too. I don't think this one's going the distance. So I'm gonna play not going the distance instead of the under 2.5, because I even think maybe late third round they could just go for it, you know, and somebody can get finished. But I'm leaning more towards the dog in this one. I think Cody Garbrandt can keep this on the feet, stuff some takedowns, and definitely do damage in that first round. All right, man. Next fight taking place. We're gonna see if this fight's gonna finish to go the distance. We got Edmen Shahbazyan. He's taking on Andre Petroski. And in this one, Edmen Shahbazyan is a -180 favorite, and they got the over set at -1.5 rounds. And it's what, -140 out here? So let's talk about how we can get paid on this fight. I think Petroski's actually a live dog when we're breaking down this fight. So, and I think, if this goes to the scorecards, man, Edmen Shahbazyan usually doesn't go to the scorecards because he's a first round fighter. So this is how I'm going to play it. Give me fight not going the distance because they got the over 1.5 at a -145. But Edmen Shahbazyan has a path to victory out there. He's explosive with his striking. Andrew Petroski is a way better fighter than some people give him credit, man. And I know a lot of people out there, you guys been burned on Edmen Shahbazyan for a long time, betting on him as a favorite. I learned a long time ago not to. And I ain't trusting him too much in this one, man. All right, co-main event time. We got Rose Namajunas. She's taking on Miranda Maverick. Shout out to Miranda Maverick. All right, so in this one, we got Rose Namajunas, the rightfully favorite, -230. The over 2.5's out of -540, folks. Hey, I don't want anything to do with the overs and unders in this, man. This is not playable numbers unless you're going with the unders. Okay, so in this fight, though, I do think that Rose Namajunas is either going to win by decision, but I do think the best bet is to take Miranda Maverick +3.5 points, okay? Because I think that she's going to win a round for sure. She has that ability to clinch up against the cage. She has this ability to win this whole fight. It's just her game plan. I think if she goes out there with a more aggressive game plan and just to say, I'm not going to let Rose strike and, anything like that and clinch her up and make this a wrestling match kind of thing and be the more aggressive girl, we can definitely get the win in cash. And I do think there's value on that side as well. So me, I'm going to be playing Miranda Maverick, but, hey, it's a big step up, but, it's 3 Gs. Stick to your guys, your girls, your gut, and your guns, and I'm riding with this one. All right, man. Next fight taking place, main event. We got Usman taking on Joaquin Buckley. Main event time. Smash the comments for me out there. I know a lot of you guys are watching this right now, and hey, man, let me know out of all these fights, which one do you guys think is not going the distance? Give me your top 3 in the comments. All right. Joaquin Buckley, he's taking on Usman. Joaquin Buckley is bet up to a -280 favorite. The over 4.5 rounds is at a -115. It's a 5-round fight. I think in this one, man, I don't think this one's going the distance. Oh, man, yeah, I do. Yeah, I can't see Joaquin Buckley finishing Usman. And then, all right, so look, this is the thing. I think the value's on Usman, man. When it's all said and done, I think Buckley's going to win, so... But I think the value's just really on Usman, man. Usman's a top-tier fighter, and it's just that if this rounds get extended to those championship rounds, we know what Usman looks like. We really don't know what Joaquin Buckley looks like in those 4th and 5th rounds, and that's where I think Usman can really turn it around and make it a kind of like look like a one-sided fight from the 3rd round, maybe ending to the 4th or 5th, and win those maybe in some Georgia scorecards. So who knows, man? But Joaquin Buckley been carrying out and clearing out the whole division in here. I do think Joaquin Buckley gets it done and taken by decision to get a better price tag on that one. I think it's going the distance. All right, man. We got through the whole card for you guys, okay? Last week, we went 6-2. This week, I'm trying to get every single fight right, all right? If you guys want my premium picks, exactly what I'm betting on, man, my 3-day pass or even my yearly pass, all you got to do is hit us up on the premium pick tabs right here at Tony Picks. MMA Locker Room, and we just went over the fights that's going to finish and the fights that's going the distance, the overs and unders. See you guys next week.